Tutorial 6 is going to cover the targeting and the combat tracker, at least part of the combat tracker. So let's start with the combat tracker. On the left, the way I have it set up now is you can see both yourselves and your enemies. And it shows you what your enemies are at. The enemies are not in the turn order when they appear. I could have it set that way, but that's not currently how I have it set. You see what you rolled for initiative, how many hit points you have. If you had any temporary hit points, they'd be there. If you had any wounds, they'd be here. I think we all know this by now, but if Karos took 10 points of damage in the wounds, it would say 10. Okay, that doesn't mean he has 10 hit points left. He's taken 10. So if your wounds ever equal your hit point total, then you're unconscious. Also, any effects you have on you are listed there. We've got effects for spells. We've got effects for traits. We've got effects for weapons. Some things are on all the time. Like this is a weapon effect, so when he's using it, it's going to be here. And this is a great sword effect. And then Goatman has some Goatman, Iron Man effects that are on at all times. So let's go over to the map. We don't have targeting arrows right now. There's a reason for that, which I'll show. But the way we've been targeting is to highlight our guy, control click on somebody else. There's no arrow. Last night was, do I have him targeted? Do I have him targeted? This is why you need the combat tracker open. If you look over here, you'll see under bar golf, it says targets, min dargets. An easier method might be these buttons up here. This button will clear all targets you have selected. You'll notice if you keep your eye on the combat tracker, the target is gone. This button, which probably is not going to be useful very often, targets all friendly units, not that you can see, but that are in the combat tracker. So when I click this, if you look at Vargolf, he has targeted the entire party, including himself. I'm going to clear that. Same thing holds true for enemies. If I click this, it's going to target every enemy that's in the combat tracker. I don't know in what occasion when you would use that unless you were casting a fireball and it caught every enemy that was on the map. So can't imagine using that very often. Finally, this button, which looks like it's not highlighted. If you click this, you enter target mode, and then you can simply click on Mindardus. You'll notice he hasn't targeted, and then if I need somebody else, I can click here and target him. I'm going to clear those. It also, and I have to go back and check Unity, but it also looks like you can drag a box like this, but when I do that, it's not really getting anybody. So I'm not sure if that's broken or if I'm just misconstruing how it works. But anyway, those are how you can target, and that's why you need the combat tracker open. The next video will go into a little bit more detail on effects.